Dr. Gaurav Ahuja will be talking on evolving role of bioinformatics in universities and research labs in India. I would like to introduce him. He has graduated summa cum laude from the University of Cologne, Germany, with a PhD in natural sciences. And after his completion of his PhD degree, he worked as a postdoctoral fellow at several renowned institutions, including the Center for Molecular Medicine, Max Planck Institute for Aging, and Lee Kong Khan School of Medicine, Singapore. He has published 14 research articles in peer reviewed international journals with approximately 250 citations. In addition to this, he has also reviewed articles submitted to Nature Publishing Group, Cell Death and Diseases and Scientific Reports to be more specific. And recently, Dr. Ahuja was shortlisted for prestigious Inspire Faculty Fellowship. We are pleased to have you with us, sir. Over to you.
Hi, thank you. Can you hear me? Anybody can please confirm if you guys can hear
Yes,
me.
sir. Yes, sir. We can
Great,
hear you.
thank you. And
And
now let me quickly share my screen as well. I hope
I,
my screen is visible.
yes, that's visible. I can see the Zoom. Yeah, I can see your presentation now.
Great. So I
Thank you, sir.
think, thank you, by the way, thank you for the whole Pine Bio team for having me today. And also thank you for all the participants to spare some time to listen to my experience, I would say, rather. So when I started, when I got this invitation, I was a little bit confused. It was not a confusion like what I'm going to share with you guys, but the confusion was more like whether I could share with you the science which we are doing in the lab, which is a little bit boring for all of you, or on the other hand, I would rather share with you the futuristic goals, like how I meant, shape up my career in, bioinformatics, or you can say computational biology, and how basically, we train in our department, because our department at IIIT Delhi is one of the, topmost departments where we have a dedicated programs for computational biology. So I was thinking, like many of you may be looking for opportunities or some sort of guidance from where you can do a dedicated program in computational biology, what all are the courses they teach, how it is different from bioinformatics, even if I can do a master's or bachelor's or a PhD in computational biology, what all are my futuristic, what I will do after my PhD, for instance. So there are some of the things I thought like I should rather combine all these instead of boring you guys with the science which I do in my lab. So nevertheless, once again, I'm Gaurav. I'm a assistant professor at the IIIT Delhi. So it is a very small but a very beautiful institute in the center of Delhi. And yeah, and it primarily, as you can see from the name, it's an information technology. So it's an IT institute, but normally, we have mixed everything with IT. For instance, like we have computer science with biology, we have courses for the, computer science with social science. So everything is mixed with a flavor of computer science. That is what I will say is very unique to IIIT Delhi. So let me give you a brief glimpse about who I am. What I was one among you guys. Like today, you guys are here. Almost like 10 years back, 12 years back, I was sitting at your side, and I also used to listen to, not online though, but offline. But I was also one of the academic enthusiasts, like one of you, because you guys are sparing your time listening to the experts in the field. I also did that when I was a student. So I just want to give you a very brief glimpse. Like, I started with BSc in biotechnology from Jamia Millia Islamia. It's a university in Delhi. After that, I did masters in genomics from Madurai Kamaraj University. Then I got some sort of international scholarship. I went to Germany from the Institute of Genetics Cologne. I did my PhD and also a little bit postdoc over there. Then I moved to the CCAT, CMMC, and Max Planck Institute, where I did my 3 years postdoc. Then I was in a Lee Kong Chian School of Medicine, and it was in Singapore. I did a another senior postdoc, and in the middle of 2019, I started my own group. I just wanted to make a point here is when I started my group, my age was 29. So the first faculty offer which I got it from Inspire faculty in 2019, I was 28 and a half or 29 years old, and I declined that offer because I mean there are multiple reasons for that. scientific ones. But I just wanted to tell you guys one thing. You guys are building your career, or you're trying to build your career now. So if you do compromises with the science at this stage, for example, for every researcher, the faculty job is one of the dreams anyone can look for. And it was really hard for me when I declined this offer, because I was not sure whether next year I will get something similar or not. But I still took the chance. I declined it because I know the power of the science. I know what I was doing. And luckily enough, within another 1 year, I got a faculty offers from two institutes, and I joined Delhi because I belongs to Delhi. So I wanted to be in Delhi. So I joined IIIT Delhi in July. And then afterwards, the things got changed. We got a number of, we got 3, 4 grants money wise in India. If you do bioinformatics, if you do, at least my lab is a sort of hybrid lab. We do experimental biology. We also do, computational biology, both of the, like we do 60/40. So in all the cases, like the funds is not never been a bottleneck, at least for the last 2 years. I'm doing science in India. Just wanted to make another point here. From 2010 until 2019 mid, I was never being exposed to the Indian science. And I will tell you, I really thoroughly enjoying doing science in India, at least in IIIT Delhi. The reason being, the institute is supportive, the people are supportive, and the overall ambience really allows you to, flourish, to do great in science. That is something IIIT provides us. Now, without boring you much, that's the only slide about science from the lab. So my lab works on smell. The sense of smell. We use R, we use Python. I was listening to Professor Sharma. She was, insisting about learning R and Python. These are the, two big languages which are commonly being used in data science. So we use on routine basis both of them, because, when in my lab, for example, I have 6 PhD students, 12 interns. So total the lab length is around, size is around 20 people in the group. Some people have an innate preference for Python, and some people have an innate preference for R. And also there are people like who are more, comfortable with Python, but sometimes for certain packages, they like R. So they do, shifting between left and right. So the best answer is to learn both of them. And there are multiple ways. For instance, you like the interface of Python and you just want to run one package of R. There are multiple libraries. You can basically use one and you call the function of the other. One example is reticulate library. You can really do, R codes, Python codes in R, and so far and so on. So you can really interchange between them. Now we also do, study about evolution in the lab. So there are some biological problems we solve related to evolution. Then we also do, as I said, I have a hybrid lab. I am fortunate to be funded by IIIT Delhi, Department of Biotechnology, Government of India, from the DST as well as from SERB. My lab is funded, so we do also do some sort of molecular biology. And not but last but not the least, we also do, we work with yeast as a model organism. So that is all about my science. So let me introduce you to the place which you guys may intend to do your, that's one of the, I will say one of the most, you know, one of the most prestigious institute if in India, if you're looking for a computational biology course. Let me put it as a case study, and let me you guys introduce you to our department at the Center of Computational Biology here. This is our institute. This is one of the building. I just put it like just to excite you. So we are small. This is not something we all have. We have multiple other buildings, but this is the central one, the first one and the old one. So this is our academic block. There we have lecture hall, and at the corner of somewhere here, we have our experimental lab, and on the right side we have a research and developmental block where we have our dry lab, which we say computational biology labs. So this is a glimpse of our institute. Very beautiful, neat and clean, but a little bit small compared to if you talk about IIT Delhi, if you talk about compare with JNU and other universities, we are very small. But cleanness wise and also, productivity wise, we are really, ahead. Now, this is our department. I think there are multiple people, you guys. Why I wanted to introduce you to all of them, because that gives you a glimpse like what is a core computational biology department. Now, some of the students may be thinking and may be wondering, like why there is an intermix between a computational biology and bioinformatics. I mean, I think this is always a tool which is used by many people, especially the people who are in the computational field. Some people like to call themselves as a computational biologist rather than bioinformatician because they think, I mean, really think bioinformaticians are the ones who basically use the tools, they use the packages, they use the pre-cooked hard work of somebody else, and they just do the data analysis. So that is, I don't want to go into this fights between whether you call yourself as a bioinformatician or you call yourself as a computational biologist, because I always believe the things needs to be done, it should be done, irrespective whether you are using a package or you are rebuilding the Rome. That is all depends upon you. So we have these wonderful colleagues in the department. So I start with, Professor GPS Raghav. I think he was also one of the persons who was invited by Pine Bio for delivering a lecture. He is one of the pioneers in India in the field of bioinformatics. He has got multiple awards. He has published so many bioinformatic papers, having multiple servers, open source platforms he contributed. So he is heading our department. We have Dibarka Sen Gupta. He is a trained, computer scientist. I just wanted to say his training was, you can see like here, his PhD was in computer science with a, some portion on the biological data, but he's trained as a computer scientist. Now we have Arjun Ray. He is also my colleague. He is basically a biophysicist. He works with the protein modeling. So this is another dimension. So think about it, like this is our department. So Professor Raghav being senior, being experienced, he is basically mentoring everything. We have Dibarka Sen Gupta, he has expertise from the computer science. We have Arjun Ray, he's a biophysicist. Same with Ganesh Bagler, he is more into network biology and he's also a physicist by training and doing biology. Now it's me, I mean, my PhD is in genetics. As I said, I'm a trained genomist. That is what me, filling the gaps. Now we have Jaspreet, she works on chemoinformatics. We have Vibhor Kumar. He works with, so he's MTech from IIT-Delhi, PhD from Helsinki, and he is basically experienced with, your epigenetics. We have Tapritesh, he's a medical doctor, and he also did PhD after MBBS, and he works with the healthcare system and all that. We have Shriram, he is a mathematician by training. So he used mathematics to make models to understand the biological system. And now recently we have been lucky enough to get Professor Murugan, who was a associate professor in the KTH in Stockholm and recently joined our department. Now, having said these things, so and he's a PhD from IISc Bangalore, and he works with chemistry, pure chemistry. Now, this is the vision of our department. So the vision of our department is to create to become a leading center in the country for developing the mathematical and the computational techniques for understanding the biological system. So think about it, like if we are not that sort of department where you have faculty members who are trained in biology, learned bioinformatics and teaching you. No, the department is crafted in such a manner. Each and every person in the department is bringing a orthogonal dimension, which basically is necessary, super important to do interdisciplinary research, which is the prerequisite for computational biology. Now, just wanted, so these are all the names. These are basically from where these people are. Now, just quickly, so what we teach, what courses we cover as a part of our computational biology course. So we have, I mean, this is something which I'm showing you for, the BTech and the MTech. So we have foundations of biology, because there are multiple people we get in our institute. They are not from biological background. So, but they still want to learn, computational biology. So we have a foundation course so that they can have a feeling of biological system. So that we cover in the foundations of biology. We also introduce them to the quantitative biology, a little bit mixture of mathematics with biology so that they can better train for the next step. We also have a hardcore cell biology and biochemistry. We also have genetics, and we also have molecular biology for them. We have algorithms. So we also teach. So there are dedicated core courses for the algorithms in the computational biology. Because you know that, I mean, in case you are using a tool, it's fine. But in case you want to make a tool, you should have a better understanding of the algorithms. So we teach them the core algorithms which are being used or which may be used in computational biology. So we have a dedicated course for that. We have a network biology course. We have chemoinformatics. We have systems and synthetic biology course. We have computational neuroscience. We have a course in the data science in genomics. We have dedicated courses for the machine learning for the biomedical applications, big data mining in healthcare, simulations and systems biology, network science, biostatistics, and statistical computation. So these are some of them. Once you are in our department, every student, irrespective whether you are a bachelor student, you are a master student, or you are a PhD student, you will be given the choices to attend any of the elective courses. So IIIT hosts a lot of elective courses. We have hardcore mathematical courses. We have applied mathematics. For statistics, I can say we have 5 different courses for statistics. Each of them is very specialized. For instance, I used to teach, biostats. So it is more about, using R to, do descriptive statistics as well as inferential statistics with the biological data. But in case you are more interested in more hardcore statistics, you can easily, opt for some other courses. So every possibility is being provided by the department to the students. Now, moving a little bit more forward, what courses IIIT Delhi Computational Biology Department offers you? So we are a very young department. We started in 2017, and we have a PhD in computational biology. We have MTech course in computational biology, which is funded by DBT and AICTE. So which means that if you are opted for a MTech in computational biology. So DBT funds you. DBT funds you for your, you get some sort of small stipendia or stipend. And apart from that, you also get, some contingency money for your thesis and all that. So this program is supported by the DBT. And you also get a little bit money to do some sort of experiments. You want to buy something. So all this support we get from the DBT and AICTE. Now, we also offer a BTech course, but there is a caveat. The caveat is the BTech course is not computational biology. We call it as CS plus B. Plus B is normally it is a tailored course for computer science. So all the courses which a computer science graduate is basically, or the undergrad is basically learning, you will also have the same courses. But at the same time, you will have additional courses, which is the bio related courses. So that's why we call it as BTech in CSB. CSB is for computer science and biology. So that is the BTech program. Now we have BTech in computational biology minor. I mean, if somebody has questions, we can take into account. So we also provide postdoctoral training. A lot of postdocs are there in our department. We also have external interns. For example, in all my colleagues' lab, even in my lab, we get people from other institutes. So if any one of you looking for internship, want to contribute to or want to learn, contribution is too early, I think, it depends. But if you want to learn, get your hands dirty with computational biology, you are most welcome to work as an intern. We have the PG diploma students as well. IIIT has a joint data science program with IBM. So we also basically the faculty members from the department also teaches to the these PG diploma students. So this is the curricular activities provided by the department. Now a little bit more forward, what is the strength of our department? So the core strength of our department is we offer holistic, interdisciplinary, and active learning approach. We are very intensive for computationally and programming. All our courses are really intensive for computationally as well as programming. So why I'm saying this, because for instance, in our bachelor's and master's program, before the students joins the department, we normally have a training, like we call it as preparatory module. We really teach them the programming skills so that whenever the real session starts, semester starts, they are well equipped with the jargons of programming. We have a lot of mathematical courses, as I said, to make the students comfortable and strong with basic mathematics, which is required to do any cutting edge work. We also have intensive biology courses, including the laboratory, because, as Dr. Sharma was also mentioning, like every computational biologist, they also produce data, because that is something the need of the hour is. So the department recognized over the years, it's easy. I mean, it was all good. Like our students were analyzing data, they were, building algorithms, they were basically making softwares. But at the same time, it was really important to teach them, because BTech and MTech programs are the learning programs. So during this time, it will be really nice if they can know. I mean, they can have some images, like some sort of microscopic images. Our students take few minutes or 2 days to develop a very sophisticated architecture to do deep learning architect. But the point is, if they don't understand from where this image is coming, then there is no sense of doing that. So that's why the departments thought it's better to have a dedicated laboratory. And from the help of DBT, we set up a fully functional experimental laboratory in IIIT-Delhi. We also, as I said, we do special preparatory modules for biocomputing. So we call it as for biocomputing. We also provide research and industrial internships. Now, apart from this, we also, organize a lot of scientific talks, blah, blah, blah. There are so many things. The department also offers core courses, a lot of elective courses, and also departmental courses you can opt. For instance, you are an MTech student in our department, and you are also interested in a special course, for example, that is provided by the social science department. You have the liberty, being in IIIT-Delhi, you can opt for cross departmental elective courses. You are allowed to do that. Now, we also do PG diploma. Now, our faculty expertise, as I said, it's very diverse. We have faculties experts in bioinformatics, mathematics and computing, chemoinformatics, medicine or health informatics, structural biology, genomics, molecular biology, biophysics, AI, ML for health. So quickly think about, research, innovation and extension. Very slowly, I'm telling you. So it is the data for the last year. So the last year, the total citation come to our department, we are 10 faculty members. In total, we got around 4,000 citations. There were 63 publications came out, from our department. This is not the total impact factor. This is the average impact factor. It is not total. It's wrong. So now, on the other hand, applied research. So we have developed 7 databases, 26 web servers, and 3 mobile applications within 1 year. In terms about innovation, our department has made a technology transfer, which means, we talk about bioinformatics research. So me and my colleague, Dibarka Sen Gupta, we developed something back in 2019, and we give it to the institute, we patented it, and the patent, we sold it to a private company. I will be talking about it next, like how you make a transition. Being a data scientist, you develop something, and then you basically, there are people who are interested in that product, and then you can do the technology transfer. We did that. And during pandemic, there are multiple things the department has done. 4 of them are there. Now there are multiple faculty colleagues, because they are very aggressive in their research. We have 2 startups from our department, and we also have a PG diploma program, which is IBM IIIT-Delhi. So these are some glimpses about our department, how vibrant, how dynamic we are in terms of computational biology research. Now, as I said, we also have a lot of infrastructure. So infrastructure-wise, it's not a problem. I just give you one example. So my own lab, it is one among 10 labs in IIIT-Delhi. My own lab has 4 personal servers. I have my 4 servers, which has if I tell you in terms of RAM, we have more than 1 TB of RAM for like 6 PhD students. So we are very generously funded by Government of India, different agencies, also by the institute. And these are the common facility which we have. So the upper one and the lower one, these are the institute. It's not the institute, department. Department also have their own servers. So these are the departmental servers, but each and every faculty member have their own personalized servers as well. Now, as I said, these are just the equipment. Some of the equipments I put it from the experimental lab, which we have qPCRs, Western blots, we have spectrophotometers, multi-channel fluorescent plate readers. We have, you think of something except sequencer, we have most of the equipments. and mass spectrometer. We have most of the equipments, and we are planning to purchase that as well in the near future. Now, I just want to make a case study, of computational biology in India. So, as I said, we have made a technology transfer, and it was brought up. It led to the, generation of Care Onco Biotech. So, this was the research carried forward by Dibaka Singh Gupta, my colleague in the department, and myself. So, we did that. We, patented this technology, and it is now basically being validated for more than 400 patients, and we are soon going in the Indian market as a liquid biopsy test for cancer. So let me introduce you guys, and there I stop. So what basically happened is Dibaka, one of my colleagues, so he basically came to me when I recently joined IIIT-Delhi with some of the complex problems, because he was trying to solve the tumor educated platelets. So each one of you know, like, your body has platelets, but people eventually over the years recognized the platelets in our body get tailored or get transformed if there is a cancer in the body. So the point is, if there is a cancer, the cancer can be sensed by the platelets in the body, and you can isolate the platelets, and then you can screen for the biomarkers in the platelets. You can able to detect the presence of cancer. So this is called liquid biopsy. Like, we do solid biopsy, the doctor do the surgery, they take the piece, they take a piece of the tissue, solid tissue, they call it as tissue biopsy. In the same way, either you can take urine, you can take saliva, you can take blood, and then you are basically looking for cancer. It comes under liquid biopsy. So we developed this tumor educated platelets, and now it is a part of Care Onco. We are one of the founding, the scientific co-founders of Care Onco Biotech Private Limited in New Delhi. Now, so this is the team. This is Dibaka Singh Gupta. So he's the one, and it's me, Gaurav, it's Ashok Juneja, Pallav Mitra, our CEO, Avinash Malhotra. We have wonderful ladies in our, these things. So this is all about us. Now, what is the burden of cancer? So the late detection. So one of the problems with the cancer is we detect the cancer late, and late detection leads to high mortality. Now, the cancer burden is, we know that there are 19.3 million people die because of cancer every year. And the reason for that is the cancer is detected late. 75% of the cancers is always been detected late. And since it is detected late, there is a high mortality. A lot of people die. And also, if you detect the cancer late, if you want to cure the patient, you have to do chemotherapy, radiations, and immunotherapy. So the overall cost is really high. So what we developed in IIIT-Delhi. So in IIIT-Delhi, we developed an assay which can be done in 2.5 hours, and there is a lot of AI involved. So doing a qPCR is not a problem, because qPCR is just a simple steps. Any Tom, Dick, and Harry with a training of 2 weeks can able to do qPCR. And thanks to this COVID, because everybody's know about qPCR, how it is done. So we have not done any rocket science in this part. We have done the rocket science mainly in AI. So we have developed, with the help of computational biology training, we have developed the AI-based platform where you project the CT values coming from the platelets of the any patient, healthy patient as well as the tumor patient. We applied a algorithm called Copula. You can read about it, and it is one of the nicest method to basically do the classification as well as to do the batch correction. So we applied that, and then we basically implemented the AI algorithms, and we basically can classify the tumor patients as well as the healthy cohorts with the accuracy around more than 90%. And to be honest, there is no method to date which can achieve this much high sensitivity as well as high specificity. So we are the one of the upcoming methods which are astonishingly very high sensitivity as well as specificity. This was our paper. So the entire, you give us the blood, we do the testing, we give the report, and the whole procedure takes around 2.5 hours. That's all. And if you see the other players in the market, like there are people who do liquid biopsy, but they require 25 ml of the blood. The problem is the cancer, if you are a cancer patient, and if you are trying to measure the relapse of cancer, you cannot give them 25 ml of blood. So all the other methods available in the market, they require high volume of blood, 15 to 25 ml. But our method works with the 6 ml of blood. It can detect 10 plus, cancers. You don't need anything. It just basically works with the normal molecular biology lab. We can detect stage 1 cancer as well. Accuracy is around 94%, and it's very affordable. So it's $100 to $150. You can really do the testing. So, I haven't talked about science. Sorry for that, but these are all just a glimpse of papers. I was able to get it from IIIT-Delhi in the last 2 years from my lab as either the senior author or the co-corresponding author from the lab. So these are the journals where we published in the last 2 years from IIIT-Delhi. With that, I would like to thank my team, my PhD students. A lot of my, we have a junior research engineer who is basically doing the lab management, Nilesh. We have the previous students from the lab, for example, Siddhant Kalra. He was the MTech student, so now he is in the US doing his PhD. We have Ria. She was a BTech student, did her project with me, and now she got a job in Google, working for the Google India. Brinda, she is also a BTech student, worked in our group. Now she is working in Microsoft India. Sidra, she got a PhD. She was a MTech student. Now she is a PhD in Aachen in Germany. Radhika, she is doing job in India. She was my MTech student, all my collaborators. And thanks to the funding agencies, and thank you to each one of you. Thank you.